flags on the stage represent the countries of origin of Ripon College students, which allow us to honor our students and families. We also honor all attendees with the flag of Wisconsin and the United States of America. Please rise and remove your caps for the singing of our national anthem performed by Ayana Jorgensen, class of 2026, and Ripon College Brass Quartet.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red gleam, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
You may be seated. Good afternoon, members of the graduating class, families and friends, esteemed faculty and staff, and honored guests. I'm Dr. Mark Franzine, a proud member of Ripon College class of 1983 and chair of the Board of Trustees. It is truly a privilege to welcome you to the 160th commencement of Ripon College. Before we begin, I'd like to take a moment to recognize the loss our Ripon College community recently suffered with the passing of Mary Elliott. She will be remembered by many for her kindness, energetic personality, and incredible work ethic. Our hearts remain with her family, friends, and classmates, and all those who knew and loved her. As we remember Mary today, I would ask you all to join me in a moment of silence. Thank you. Graduates, we gather together today to celebrate your achievements, recognize your growth, and honor the dedication and resilience that have brought you to this moment. You've challenged yourselves academically, explored new ideas, and embraced opportunities both inside and outside the classroom. Along the way, you've built meaningful relationships, broadened your perspectives, and helped shape a campus community that is stronger because of you. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I want to express how proud we are, not only of the degrees you've earned, but of the integrity, curiosity, and compassion you carry forward. You exemplify the very best of Ripon College. When I graduated from Ripon more than 4 decades ago, I didn't yet understand the full, lasting impact of this experience. Over time, I've come to see how deeply this institution shapes our lives. It stays with you in your decisions, your values, and the connections you maintain. Wherever your path leads, Ripon will always remain a part of your story. Today marks both a culmination and a beginning, a moment to celebrate all you have accomplished and to look ahead. Thank you for allowing us to share in this important milestone. And now, it is my honor to introduce the 14th president of Ripon College, Dr. Victoria Folse.
For more than a half-century, Ripon College has marked each commencement with a unifying theme, one that reflects not only the spirit of our graduating class, but also the enduring values of our liberal arts and science education. These themes evolve from year to year, yet they consistently affirm our belief in the transformative power of inquiry, connection, and purpose. Today we gather under the theme, Exemplary Past, Extraordinary Future. This theme is especially meaningful as we celebrate our 175th anniversary, a milestone that invites both reflection and aspiration. Throughout today's ceremony, you will hear stories and perspectives that bring this theme to life. Stories of leadership, service, resilience, and opportunity that span generations of Ripon College. Together, they remind us that the strength of this institution is found not only in its history, but in the generations of Ripon College graduates who continue to shape the future through lives of purpose and service. Since our founding in 1851, Ripon College has been a place where ideas take root, where intellectual curiosity is cultivated, and where individuals are prepared not only for careers, but for lives of meaningful impact. Graduates, your time at Ripon College has prepared you not only with knowledge, but with perspective, resilience, and the ability to engage thoughtfully within the world around you. The future before you will bring both challenge and opportunity, and we look ahead with great confidence in the ways you will contribute. Today, we also recognize individuals whose lives reflect the very ideals this institution hopes to inspire in every Ripon College graduate. We also hold close those among us who share a profound sense of loss, including the friends and family of Mary Elliott, whom we are honored to have in our presence today. Moments like this remind us that Ripon College is far more than a campus. It is a family that celebrates together, grieves together, and carries one another forward. Each year, the college honors those whose lives and contributions reflect the ideals upon which Ripon was founded. The Founders Day Award recognizes those who have gone above and beyond in service to the mission of the institution, exemplifying leadership, generosity, and a deep commitment to community. It is now my pleasure to invite Mr. Tom Abendroth to the stage, who will introduce this year's Founders Day Award recipient. Tom?
Good afternoon. President Folse, because much of my introduction was repeated this morning at the at the breakfast, I'm going to ad-lib a little, so bear with me. I am deeply honored to present the 2026 Founders Day Award during this very special year in the life of Ripon College, our 175th anniversary. This year's recipient is my father, Robert Abendroth, class of 1951, an individual whose lifelong dedication to this institution reflects the spirit and purpose of the ward. Bob Abendroth's connections to Ripon College span decades and are defined by extraordinary service, steadfast leadership, and deep generosity. As one of the longest-serving members of the College Board of Trustees, he dedicated 31 years of service from 1965 to 1996 on the board. That includes 19 years as chair. Now, many of us who are here who have served on the board think 19 years is a little bit crazy, if not unheard of. During this time, Bob played a pivotal role in strengthening the college's financial foundation and expanding its physical plant. That includes Storzer Athletic Center, the core of which sits within Wilmore here today, Rodman, the current President's House at 1 Merriman Lane, 2 additions to Scott Hall, and Todd Ware. Bob's commitment to Ripon extended well beyond the board. He served as Alumni Association president, as an alumni trustee, and as a tireless advocate for the college. Through his philanthropy, he has supported scholarships in campus facilities, ensuring the future generations of students have access to the same life-changing opportunities he experienced here. Bob's professional accomplishments are equally distinguished. His career in law began when he was asked to clerk for a brand new federal judge in Washington, D.C., the future Chief Justice of the United States, Warren Burger. He had a successful career in litigation with a focus on antitrust law. His career reflects the intellectual rigor and ethical grounding that are hallmarks of a Ripon education. Over the years, Bob has been recognized by the college with both the Distinguished Alumni Citation and the Medal of Merit, honors that speak to his impact. Today, I guess, to use your horse racing analogy, we're completing the trifecta. Today, as we celebrate both our graduates and our 175th anniversary, it is fitting that we recognize an individual whose life so embodies our theme of exemplary past, extraordinary future. Bob Abendroth's legacy is woven into the very fabric of this college, and his example continues to inspire all. Please join me in recognizing and celebrating Robert Abendroth, class of 1951, recipient of the 2026 Founders Day Award.
President Foltz, faculty and trustees of Ripon College, honored guests, most importantly, soon-to-be fellow graduates of Ripon College and their family and friends. How does one thank one's son for this generous words of tribute? I can thank him most clearly by telling you and him that I am accepting this award on behalf of a legacy of the Abendroth family with Ripon College. 4 generations spanning almost 100 years, parents, wife, sons, stepson, all have benefited from being here at this school. You can say that Ripon College is embedded in the DNA of the Abendroth family. So President Foltz and trustees, I accept this honor. I can tell you that Ripon College personally provided me with a pathway to a successful and interesting career. I can tell you that it provided me with the outlook for enjoyment of life and meaning to life. If there is anything to the expression of a life well lived, I will attribute it to Ripon College. So thank you, and to my soon-to-be fellow graduates, I wish you all the success in the world. Thank you.
Bob said the Abendroth DNA is embedded in Ripon College is embedded in their DNA. I would counter that with the Abendroth's legacy is so central to Ripon College. Along with the Founders Day Award, Ripon College also presents the Distinguished Educator Award each year to an exceptional teacher whose influence has made a lasting impact on students, both inside and outside the classroom. This award recognizes an individual whose commitment to teaching, mentorship, and student growth leaves an enduring impression on the lives of young people. This honor is especially meaningful because recipients are nominated by Ripon College students and recent graduates who wish to recognize the educators who shaped their early lives in meaningful ways. Jake Smalzel has served as a social studies teacher at Oshkosh West for 7 years, where he's made a significant impact both in and outside the classroom. Beyond the classroom, he's guided students through academic and extracurricular experiences, including his leadership of Oshkosh West mock trial team. Jake's nomination, submitted by our own Bree Young, class of 2026, reflects his lasting influence as both a teacher and mentor, and his commitment to student-centered learning. He has demonstrated innovation and care by developing a course to support refugee and newly arrived students as they transition into unfamiliar academic environments, fostering a classroom grounded in inclusion and opportunity. Today, Jake is recognized not only for his excellence as an educator, but for the impact he has had on the students he serves. It is my pleasure to present the 2026 Distinguished Educator Award to Jacob Smalzel.
Sorry, I gotta find my page. Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to thank Ripon College and its wonderful staff for hosting me this weekend. Everyone has been kind and welcoming, from students to trustees to everyone else that I have met, and this whole experience has been tremendous. So thank you all again. I would also like to thank my family for coming today and for their support, always. And finally, I'd like to thank Bree Young, who's in here somewhere, for nominating me today. Hi, Bree. Bree, I am no doubt that you will go on to do amazing things in your future. Speaking of the future, the theme for this weekend's commencement is Exemplary Past, Extraordinary Future. While as a history teacher, I could spend hours talking about this university's past, I have been to enough commencements to know that absolutely none of you want me to do that. Even if it is very interesting that Harrison Ford attended Ripon for 4 years but left before graduation. I didn't know that before last week. If you're ever feeling down on yourself, remember that you graduated and Indiana Jones did not. Even if things ended up working out pretty well for him. That's kind of the point I'd like to make today. Now, as I'm sure you're aware, the future is a complicated thing, and no one knows anything about how it's going to turn out. I'm sure many of you entered college knowing exactly what it is you intended to do with your lives, and are now graduating with a degree in something completely different. I, for instance, majored in advertising, and I've now been a high school social studies teacher for close to a decade. You may still not be entirely certain of your plan. You may be agonizing over your plan or the lack thereof. In the next couple of years, you will maybe find that a large part of adult life revolves around the making, breaking, and various successes of plans. In the face of such uncertainty, there are two things you can do to make the future less terrifying. The first is to always continue your education, which is really only now just starting. There is no shortage of people you will encounter and experiences you will have that will want to teach you something. Learn from those experiences. You'll find that the more open you are to learning, the more equipped you will be to handle life's great challenges. For instance, on the way to the ceremony today, I talked to a very nice family who taught me that the secret to a good gumbo is in the roux. I don't know what a roux is, but I can figure out the rest on my own. They got me so far. You'll find that the more open that you are to learning, the more equipped you will be to handle life's great challenges. Secondly, and perhaps most importantly, seek connection. Connect with your loved ones, your colleagues, with whatever and whomever you can. The bonds you forge with others are the key to survival when the future throws everything it has at you. The education majors among you will know of a teaching method called GRR, or the gradual release of responsibility. It basically means that first you are shown how to do a task, then you are guided through it, and finally, you do the task on your own. Here at your commencement, responsibility is yours at last. May your future be extraordinary. Thank you.
I now have the honor to introduce and welcome our keynote speaker and honorary degree recipient, Doreen Conforti-Shimmerow, class of 1973, an alumna who so powerfully reflects this year's theme, Exemplary Past, Extraordinary Future. I'd like to invite to the stage Dina Wilmore, who will tell us more about Doreen and our ability to honor her at this time.
Welcome. Congratulations. You all look great. I'm not going to repeat the bio that's in your program, but I urge you to read it. This is an extraordinary woman that's standing to my right. I first met Doreen in 1996 when she joined the board of Ripon College. The board was changing with more women, thank goodness, and individuals with varied backgrounds coming to serve. Doreen quickly established herself as a no-nonsense, inquisitive trustee who innately knew the right questions to ask to get to the heart of a problem, and as with any board, there were lots of problems. She is a true example of someone who is very serious about her responsibilities, yet doesn't take herself too seriously. Her work ethic was unparalleled, serving on every board committee, many concurrently, and in leadership roles as secretary and vice chair. What set Doreen apart from the rest of us was that even though there were serious issues to address, Doreen was one who could find humor in the dark places and was always ready with an easy, infectious laugh. Her love of Ripon College runs deep, and she has been generous to a fault, with her time and talent, and alongside her wonderful husband, David, with their treasure. The college is better because of her. Therefore, Doreen Conforti Chemereau, with deep respect for your distinguished career in both the business and nonprofit sectors, and for your steadfast support of Ripon College as an honorary life trustee, in recognition of your lasting imprint on this institution, especially in this 175th anniversary year, helping shape a legacy rooted in an extraordinary past and carried forward into an exemplary future. In admiration of the energy, optimism, and generosity that define the way you lead, serve, and uplift those around you, and in gratitude for your unwavering commitment to Ripon College and all those who call it home. President Foles, please confer the degree.
Thank you, Gina, for that kind introduction. You should be so proud of all you accomplished while being the first woman to chair the board at Ripon College. And I cherish your friendship of 25 years. I'm also happy that my husband, my sister, and her husband are here today. And then welcome, everyone. I am honored to be speaking to you at Commencement in Ripon's 175th anniversary. I would like to address Ripon's exemplary past from a student's perspective in 1973. My days were in a rebellious era. The girls' freshman dorms had dorm mothers and only one payphone for the entire dorm. We rebelled against such basic restrictions, like girls had to be in by 10 p.m. and boys weren't allowed below the first floor. We made this disappear by the end of our freshman year. To give you a vivid example of our rebellion, in my freshman year, Friday night steak night was in the cafeteria. The boys had to wear suits. The girls had to wear dresses. A few months after this, we agreed to come to dinner in jeans and dare them not to serve us. They did serve us, and that was history. I had a variety of part-time jobs on campus to help supplement my National Merit Scholarship. The one I enjoyed most was working in the registrar's office. I was a member of the AD Pi sorority, and I was also captain of the women's drill team, which was part of ROTC. The drill team was a lot of fun because we could travel with the men as we went to competitions at different schools, and we also brought home a few trophies. I was a history major and earned my teaching certificate in elementary education. One thing I know is not shamed at Ripon. Our professors were always helpful and were willing to meet with us in their offices. Soon after graduation, I got married and moved to Hanover, New Hampshire, because my husband was going to school at Dartmouth and Tuck. While there, I was a teacher's assistant for 2 years. But after typing his papers for my MBA, I decided to earn one myself. I applied to Columbia University, and for the first time, I saw the value of a Ripon degree. I had an in-person interview at Columbia and was told to relax because I was already accepted. The college said that the admissions counselor recognized Ripon College and said that they wanted a mix of students with liberal arts degrees rather than just econ majors. I commuted to Columbia by train from my home in Connecticut. It was an amazing commute since I was the only woman in the train car. I was in jeans and all the men were in suits. After graduating with an MBA in finance, I interviewed with TWA Airlines in New York City. When I got home and discussed the interview with my husband, he said, "You know, you will get free flights." I had no idea there were any benefits. My husband and I got to travel for free, which was great since we didn't have much money after graduating from business school. But the times were changing very slowly. This was an era when companies began to consider hiring more women. When I joined TWA, the only other women there were secretaries and flight attendants. After a couple of years in finance, I transferred to the pricing department. The job involved a lot of travel and when I rose to be the director of international pricing, the job involved a lot of travel to Europe to negotiate fares with our airline competitors. I was also responsible for the prices which overseas sales offices charged our customers. But after 10 years, I tired of the corporate world and decided to leave TWA. I took some time off and decided to begin volunteering in the not-for-profit world. I spent a couple of years in an elementary school teaching English as a second language to Haitian and Russian Jewish children. These kids were so eager to learn, and their parents were so happy to have this support. I was always very interested in women's issues and began volunteering in Planned Parenthood clinics in Chicago, and then Stamford, Connecticut, and then Atlanta. I never thought that I would be interested in this kind of work or could be good at it, but I decided to jump in and give it a try. I found that I really enjoyed working with patients who needed my support. Excuse me. I also had the chance to go to Ecuador for a week with a group, including my best friend from high school. We assisted the American doctor in charge to bring medical care to small communities in the highlands of Ecuador. This was probably only the medical care they would ever see and had been received. It opened my eyes to the challenges of living in a third world country. This organization also supported high school education, especially for girls. Their families had to pay for their high school education. I still get reports from these kids who have become teachers, lawyers, and doctors. It was a real learning experience, which I continue to support. But my not-for-profit is Ripon College. After 2 years on the Alumni Board, I was invited to join the Ripon's Board of Trustees and served for 22 years. I spent many years as chair of the Advancement Committee, which is responsible for fundraising. Fundraising really progressed over this period as it became more effective at raising large sums of money. This led to so many different improvements, wonderful improvements to campus and scholarships that you have enjoyed over the last 4 years. One of the things I'm very proud of was suggesting that our college emphasize reunion fundraising. After my husband told me how much his 25th reunion class raised, I brought that idea to Ripon. So my 25th anniversary class was the first to do this, and we greatly exceeded our goal. Now all our reunion classes compete as to who can raise the most money. My husband and I continue to support the college, and especially the theater department. Theater is one of our passions. I also chaired the trusteeship committee, which is responsible for governance, and was vice chair of the board. I really value those years working with several presidents and excellent board members. But now let's turn to your extraordinary future. There are many paths you can take with the Ripon degree, as you just heard from my own story. Your liberal arts education has prepared you well. You may think the world is so different from yours, but the need to get things and say yes to unexpected opportunities will always be there. Despite change all around you, some things will remain constant, including the value of critical thinking, your skill at speaking, and your ability to adapt. This was my path. You should try many different things. You will be surprised at what you can accomplish. Don't give up when challenges arise. You will be able to overcome them. So, many congratulations to the class of 2026. The relationships you've established at Ripon will last your entire life. You have a bright future, and I can't wait to see where it takes you. Thank you.
Each year at Ripon College, the graduating class presents a gift to the college. Presenting this year's senior class gift are the senior class officers: Angie Mortarello, Lainey Heisler, Gavin Ing, Jack Behrens, Allison Pavlovic, Nicole Arnold, Tirza Cates, and Sean Rath. Seniors, will you please come forward?
Thank you, President Foles. The Senior Class Gift Committee has been working hard to make the class of 2026 Senior Class Gift truly a memorable one. And we are excited to leave our mark here at Ripon College. We are here to show you how much the class of 2026 appreciates Ripon College, as well as the alumni and friends who have helped given back to help us. I'd first like to recognize the Class of 2026 Gift Committee and acknowledge their hard work and dedication. Their commitment was essential to the success of the Class of 2026 Senior Class Gift. We'd also like to thank the Alumni Association's Board of Directors and the classmates of the Class of 26 for their continued support of the Senior Class Gift. As we know, many of us would not be here today if it weren't for the generous support of the classes before us. We are honored to follow in their generous footsteps as we embrace our Ripon College alumni. Before we present our gift, we would like to take a moment to honor the memory of our classmate, teammate, sister, and friend, Mary Elliott. Mary was an important part of the Class of 2026 and of the Ripon community, and she will be deeply missed by all of us here. In her honor, our class will recognize her in a more permanent way so that her memory will always be part of the Class of 2026 and Ripon College. President Foles, the Class of 2026 is pleased to inform you that 60% of the senior class participated, and thanks to the generosity of the Senior Class Board and the Alumni Board, we are proud to present this gift of $3,204 to Ripon College. We appreciate everyone who helped us make this total a possibility. We take great pride in our gift and our commitment to Ripon's rich history of tradition of paying it forward to the next generations of Red Hawks. Thank you.
Thank you, seniors. Jack's a pretty fierce competitor, and I thought last year's participation was 82%. So I'm grateful for 60. Thank you to the Class of 2026 for your generosity and for your thoughtfulness in dedicating this gift in honor of Mary. We will steward it appropriately and find a fitting tribute. To welcome our graduates to the rank of Ripon College alumni, I would like to introduce Mary Jo McSwain, Ripon College class of 1977, and president of the Ripon College Alumni Association Board of Directors. Mary Jo.
Congratulations to the class of 2026. As president of the Ripon College Alumni Association Board of Directors, I speak on behalf of all alumni. It is my honor and privilege to officially welcome you to the ranks of Ripon College alumni. And what a special year to be graduating, our 175th anniversary. Commencement is a celebration in which the entire Ripon College community shares in your achievements and honors you for your efforts, your commitment to excellence, and your many successes during your years here. Congratulations on getting to this moment. Many of us alums have sat where you're sitting, feeling the excitement or terror of what's next. Some of you have started your journey by landing a fantastic job or being accepted to graduate school. You could be on your way to being one of those alums that we love to brag on. If you haven't figured out exactly what you're doing yet, that's okay. Not even the most successful grads had all figured out everything at 22 or 23. When I sat in that seat, and it was inside because it was raining, I knew where I was going, the MBA program at Northwestern. And I was accepted at Kellogg due to my Ripon achievements, not my test scores, but significantly my interview. The Dean of Admissions said they'd had a dozen students from Ripon College over the years, and they had all done well. It was probably the first time I realized how important the alumni were to me. I just wasn't aware then of all the support and, importantly, money I received to attend Ripon came from those alum. Leaving Ripon today changes your scenery, not the support you will always have. Your Ripon College story is not over. You now join a diverse group of people who want to see you succeed. The Alumni Association will be here to help you, so take advantage of the events like Alumni Weekend, regional get-togethers, etc., to network and build connections and grow your ties to Ripon. You're really never too young to become involved in your new role as a Ripon College alum. As you move to new places and opportunities, you will find Ripon connections nearly everywhere. And I promise you that whenever you come across someone wearing Ripon gear, you will approach them. It will be like meeting an old friend because of that special connection that only being part of this Ripon College family can bring. With all that being said, today is a day to celebrate what you've accomplished, a day to remember the hard work you've done and commemorate the great times that you had. All around you are the faculty and staff, your family and friends who came here to celebrate how proud they are of your accomplishments. Please know every one of us alumni is proud of you, and most importantly, you should be proud of yourselves. And now a personal reflection. I don't know when the first chapter of your Ripon College story began. Your acceptance, your campus visit, when you walked into a specific class or lab, or that field or court, joined that organization, connected with a professor, or met your person. For me, it was a spring day when I received a letter from Ripon College telling me what my financial aid package was. And I literally held that letter in my hand and I danced around the kitchen going, I'm going to Ripon College, I'm going to Ripon College. I'm still adding chapters to my Ripon College story, and I will until I die, and actually beyond that, as I've named Ripon in my will. So again, congratulations, official welcome to the Ripon College alumni family. May your lives be extraordinary. May your life give you what you want, and importantly, what you need, and may there be many, many chapters in your Ripon College story. Thank you.
Each year, the Senior Class Board recommends a senior to address the graduates on this special occasion, reflecting on the class of 2026's experience and your collective experiences. Our senior class speaker this year is Angelica Grace Mortarello of North Las Vegas, Nevada. Angie graduates today with majors in political science and history, and at this time I invite her to the stage.
Hello, everyone, family, friends, faculty, staff, alumni, and our broader community. I'm honored to address you all today as we reflect on, admire, and congratulate the class of 2026 and Ripon College. It feels especially meaningful that our graduation falls in the same year as Ripon's 175th anniversary. As you have heard, the theme of today's ceremony is exemplary past, extraordinary future. Yet between these two ideas, between the past we will honor and the future we will look toward in anticipation, there exists a gap. This gap is what we call change. Change is what so beautifully bridges the void between the past and the future. It connects where we have been to where we are going. In class of 2026, I believe that we are the class of change. Change is not simply what happens when we cross the stage and turn our tassels. It is something that has been happening to us all along, quietly throughout the years. Take a moment and consider who you were when you first set foot on campus. Whether you arrived 4 years ago or 30 years ago, perhaps with a parent who was just as emotional as you were. Think back to the feeling of stepping into something entirely new and unknown. The excitement, the uncertainty. Now, return to this moment. That wide-eyed freshman became someone more resilient and sure of themselves. You discovered passions, found your community, and built lasting relationships. And now, when I look out on this group of graduates, I don't simply see the students I met at freshman orientation. I see all conference athletes, accomplished researchers, dedicated members of Greek life, established organization leaders, and so much more. You went on to accomplish extraordinary things that past you may not have even seen as an option. And just like that, somewhere between the past and the present, you changed. To no surprise, your environment changed as well. Farr Hall was transformed into the beautifully improved Franzine Science Center. The construction of our beloved Hop Stadium elevated the game day atmosphere, and the addition of new staff exposed us to different ideas and perspectives, while the departure of familiar faces reminded us just how meaningful our time together truly is. I could stand here all day and recall every change we've experienced during our time at Ripon, but I fear I would far surpass my time limit and perhaps still not do them justice. My point remains, this place, this home has grown with you. Take it in and store it in your memory, because as those who come before us will tell you, while it may stay the same, it will never feel quite the same ever again. Very few things are not subject to change. Among these few things are the special memories we have collected throughout our time here. These moments will forever be preserved as beautiful time capsules of what once was, thus remaining unchanged by what will be. As cliche as it may seem, it is important to remember and cherish these memories always. I hope you never forget the walks to Ingalls Field on a crisp autumn Saturday, that you may always remember the weight lifted off your shoulders following the last question of your Catalyst 300 presentation, that you reminisce on the early morning practices and late nights at Tall Paul's with your closest friends. And most of all, I hope you always remember the excitement that coursed through our veins whenever we heard, "There's Bang Bang Chicken at the Action Station." In many ways, Ripon became less of a place and more of a collection of individuals who transformed ordinary days into unforgettable experiences. Although life is pulling us towards different cities, careers, and futures, there will always be a quiet connection between us rooted in these shared experiences. By now, it's clear that we have changed, but we rarely stop to consider how that change actually happened. It was not time alone that shaped us, it was the people in our lives and the experiences we endured. Think carefully about the impressions those around you have made. Without even noticing, we have become a beautiful, intricate mosaic of one another. President Foles taught us the value of supporting one another and showing up for your community. Dr. Eastman and other professors pushed us to believe in ourselves and recognize our own potential. Our beloved baristas, Vicky and Angel, and James from the Spot, showed us the power of kindness and a simple smile even on our busiest days. And our favorite maintenance man, Pete, reminded us of the importance of showing up for one another, even in negative 40 degrees. In ways both big and small, these people shaped who we are today, and in turn, we shaped each other. It is indeed easier to see how others have changed you than it is to see how you have changed others. For this, I offer my own experience. When I reflect on my own time here, I realize that who I've become is not solely as a result of my own efforts. It's because of the amazing people I've been lucky to share these past 4 years with. Every conversation, every challenge faced together, and every moment shared has made us who we are. We may never know all the ways we've touched the lives of those around us, but I can assure you that each of us have. We have encouraged one another, challenged one another, and grown alongside one another. And in doing so, we became more than individuals navigating change. We became a community shaped by it. I hope that by this point in my speech, you have come to love the idea of change, because this is where I acknowledge the fact that change can be scary. Truly terrifying, actually. Like more than getting a Canvas notification that your professor left 34 comments on your senior seminar paper, that type of scary. As beautiful as it is, it's not always easy, and it does not come without challenges. There were moments when we did not feel ready for what was next, when the road ahead seemed unclear, moments when we questioned ourselves or when things did not go as planned. Change asks us to step into the unknown, the unpredictable, the extraordinary. It is often in these moments when we feel the most uncertain and unprepared that we happen to grow the most. In these moments, we see that change does not challenge us, it reveals us. It shows us our resilience, our courage, and our ability to keep moving forward, even when we are unsure of what comes next, even when the extraordinary seems intimidating. So as we leave this home, Standing in a space between an exemplary past and an extraordinary future, I encourage you to embrace change, not as something to fear, but as something to trust. Trust in who you have become, who you are becoming, and the people and experiences that have shaped who you are. Believe that you are prepared and capable of handling the challenges that will come your way. I could conclude with the familiar line that we are the future, but in truth, we are more than that. We embody the past, the present, and the future. We are the exemplary, the extraordinary, and the change. Thank you.
Thank you, Angelica. Would the class of 2026 please rise? President Folse, it is my pleasure to present to you the members of the Ripon College class of 2026, who by vote of the faculty have completed the course of study for the degree Bachelor of Arts.
Before your degrees are conferred, I would ask you to take a few moments to think about the special people who have played an important role in getting you to this point in your lives. Please turn toward members of the audience who are here or watching online, who have supported you in the pursuit of your degree, and take this opportunity to show them your appreciation. Graduates, please be seated. Thank you, parents, families, and special friends. You have every reason to be proud. We are equally proud of our endowed chairs and professors. If you turn to the final page of your program, you'll see them listed here. They represent some of our finest teachers and scholars, and I would ask them at this time to stand and be recognized, endowed chairs and professors. Thank you. Graduates, when you arrived on campus for matriculation convocation, each of you received a class coin. That coin symbolizes the beginning of your journey here. You were encouraged to carry it with you throughout your time at Ripon and to bring it with you today as you cross the stage. As you prepare to receive your diploma, may that coin serve as a reminder not only of how far you've come, but of the experiences, relationships, and values that will remain with you long after commencement. By the action of the faculty, the Board of Trustees, and by the virtue of the authority vested in me, I confer upon you the degree Bachelor of Arts with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. As we celebrate the achievements of the class of 2026, we begin by taking a moment to honor and remember Mary Elliott. To accept Mary's degree on her behalf, I would like to invite Connor and Deirdre Elliott to the stage. Will the first row of graduates now rise? And Dean Cisco, will you present the members of the Ripon College undergraduate class of 2026 with their diplomas?
Ariana Abigail Alides. Ashley Madison Anadel. Jack Anderson. Nicole A. Arnold. Angelina Rion Barr. Ryan D. Barajas. Rory Ann Beatty. Hadley R. Berenson. Jack Edwin Behrens. Ronnie Kikoa Berg. Mackenzie Colleen Bester. Mackenzie's diploma is being presented by her aunt, Jenna Nolan, class of 2026, Ripon College's Director of Annual Giving. Kaira Jean Bizeric. Grace E. Blakesley. Ethan Matthew Bornhofer. James Stanley Bransky. Emily Marie Brown. Bryce Andrew Brownell. Clifford James Brown III. Sue Yin Brown. Gabriella K. Marie Bukuski. Brogan K. Burke. Presley K. Buwalda. Samuel L. Campbell. For those who haven't read Latin honors, I apologize. I'll begin at this point. Alexander Joseph Casey, magna cum laude. Jennifer Cortez. Stephanie Tori Cox, cum laude. Connor Evans Dalton. Gliramir Poldo Diasas. Antonio Di Partolo. Samantha Ann Differt, magna cum laude. Shane Michael Dooley. Gavin John Ing. Alexander Bradley Fahrenkrug, cum laude. Tegan Fregosi, cum laude. Juan Angel Gattaca. Margaret Helen Glaus, cum laude. Macy Carolyn Goldthorpe, summa cum laude. Caden Gramlich. Colton Dale Greenwood, cum laude. Christian Tyler Grunert. Cielo Faith Gutierrez Kuhapt, cum laude. Britt K. Hobley. Leah Elizabeth Hale, summa cum laude. Connor Jack Handrick, summa cum laude. Lainey L. Heisler, magna cum laude. Cooper M. Herr. Ozzy Hirschberger. Kyler Thomas Hickman. Noah McKenna Hinkfus, summa cum laude. Eugene Lee Hinton III. Cole Stewart Hittner. Molly Marie Johannes, summa cum laude. Jada Ray Johnson, magna cum laude. Marsana Rose Johnson, magna cum laude. Ayana Faith Jorgensen. Kinsley Joy Call. Allison Jean Kaja, magna cum laude. Matthew Patrick Kelch. Hashim M. Khan, cum laude. Brendan Richard Kyle, magna cum laude. Derek Thomas Clapp, summa cum laude. Griffin Comus Klein. Madison Marie Klinger. Tirza E. Cates, cum laude. Haley Daniel Krieger, magna cum laude. Allison Mackenzie Taylor Larson, magna cum laude. Sophia Elise Larson. Natalie Catherine Luvar, magna cum laude. Dallin M. Lopez, cum laude. Rocco Vincent Lusak. Macy Madeline Manny. Finley A. Manning. Kyler Nicholas Manning. Alec Dennis Marcinkovic, cum laude. Jaden Michaela Marcus, magna cum laude. Lane Eric Marquez. Angelica Grace Martorello, summa cum laude. Grace McQuarrie, cum laude. Sydney Ann McNatt, cum laude. Adam Edward Melema, magna cum laude. Lars Bergen Miller. Yoon Mient Mo. Peyton William Moldenhauer. Kennedy Ray Moore, summa cum laude. Angela L. Musconi, summa cum laude. Taylor Grace Nelson, cum laude. Logan William Neindorf. Alexander Michael Pankratz, cum laude. Allison Marie Pavlovic, magna cum laude. Catherine Marie Peterson. Alexis M. Piet, summa cum laude. Shazia Puri. Hagen Jack Rasmussen. Sean Thomas Rath, magna cum laude. Natalie Rose Rauwoff, summa cum laude. Connor William Reiner, magna cum laude. Michaela Adeline Grace Rigi, cum laude. Carly Ann Riverdahl, cum laude. Trevor Randall Roberts. Andre Bearkai Robertson. Jeremy Thomas Salone, summa cum laude. Samantha Catherine Schaefer, summa cum laude. Tegan K. Sakura, magna cum laude. Liliana Sierra Sevilla. Michael James Sheehy, cum laude. Catherine Zenobia Shuka, cum laude. Diploma to be presented by her father, Dr. Toby Shuka, Ripon College Associate Professor of Music. Caleb Jerome Sipple, magna cum laude. Catherine Skoglund, magna cum laude. Logan Thomas Slate, magna cum laude. Ethan Nicholas Sledge. Jax Daniel Spoden, cum laude. Carly Jane Steffel, cum laude. Zoe Catherine Stefani, summa cum laude. Austin William Stevens, cum laude. Matthew Paul Stuczynski. Chloe Irene Studinsky, summa cum laude. Sydney Faye Swanson, magna cum laude. Gage Allen Taylor, cum laude. Meredith Page Thiessen, summa cum laude. Corina Elizabeth Torres. Sean Christopher Tracy, cum laude. Carl James Travis. Harnish Israel Van Ors. George Louis Verdusco, Jr. Elizabeth L. Walls. Natalie Ray Widener, cum laude. Colby Devontae Williams. Brianna Nicole Young, summa cum laude. Haley Elizabeth Young, summa cum laude. Eduardo D. Zermeno, summa cum laude.
Graduates, one of the long-standing traditions of commencement is turning your tassel. Before your degree was conferred, your tassel was worn on the right side, symbolizing your candidacy for this degree. Moving your tassel from right to left signifies your transition from student to graduate. Ripon College Class of 2026, I now invite you to move your tassels to the left. We now proudly celebrate the graduation of our second class of master's degree students in exercise science. It is with great pride that we recognize this extraordinary achievement and the dedication it represents. To offer reflections on this special occasion and to speak on behalf of the class of 2026 graduate program, I would like to introduce Ben Rolfe, Ripon College Class of 2025 for his undergrad, and now 2026 for his graduate degree. Ben is from Janesville, Wisconsin. Come on up, Ben. He graduates today with a Master's of Science degree in exercise science with a concentration in sports psych. During Ben's time at Ripon, he's been an award-winning leader on the swim and dive team, in the Theta Chi fraternity, on the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, and in the Freshman Orientation Committee. While completing his master's degree this year, he also served as a graduate assistant in the athletic department, helping oversee game day management. It is my pleasure to introduce Ben Rolfe.
All right, everybody, I promise I'll keep it quick. So, I can still remember walking into my first class here at Ripon, intro bio in Bear Auditorium. I also remember how intimidated I was, just walking into class, not knowing where I was gonna sit. It's a small moment, but at that time it didn't feel small. I didn't really know anyone, I wasn't completely sure where I'd fit, and if I'm being honest, that wasn't a feeling that was totally new to me. I spent a lot of time before college moving around, never quite finding my rhythm through middle and high school. But I came here with a different mindset. I told myself this time I was going to do things differently. As cliche as it sounds, college really is the place to reinvent yourself, and that's exactly what I plan to do. So, that first day of class, instead of finding a back corner to go sit alone and be quiet the whole time, I decided to go and introduce myself to somebody. I saw a fairly unintimidating guy towards the front, and so I decided to sit next to him and strike up a conversation. He seemed a little unsure of me at first, but fast forward a couple of years, he became my best friend, my roommate for 2 years, and somebody who shaped my entire experience here. Looking back, that moment, that decision, it explains a lot about what our time here really is. Our past is exemplary, not because we always knew what we were doing, not because every decision we made was always perfect, but because we took risks, we made choices. Some of them were big, but a whole lot were small. Sometimes they were uncomfortable, and probably a lot of the times there was no guarantee of what would come next. But these choices built something meaningful over time. For me, that looked like finding community in places I never would have expected. Not simply on the swim team, but also in Theta Chi fraternity, in orientation committee, and just across campus day to day. Many of my closest friends I would not have met had I not stepped outside my comfort zone. And it looked like taking paths I didn't always plan. I never expected to be standing up here as a graduate student. I was ready to move on, start that next chapter of my life. But something pulled me back for this last year. Whether it was unfinished goals, new opportunities, or maybe just not quite being ready to move on. Or maybe I was just following a pattern that was already set for me. For those that don't know, the graduate speaker last year was also named Ben Fisher. I think he's in the back corner there somewhere. Okay, hi Ben. He was also an education major like myself that came back for the exercise science master's degree. He was also a Theta Chi. And like me, he also served as the graduate assistant to our athletic directors last year here. I could go on, but my point, I guess, is that I'm not really sure I had much choice in any of my choices this year, right? I was just kind of following his footsteps the whole time. So, if there's anybody named Ben out there who's a future Ripon College student, you're looking at your future right here. Start thinking about your grad speech and get ready to stay here an extra couple years, or more in Ben's case. But jokes aside, standing here today isn't really about following the same path as someone else. It's about recognizing that each of us has built our own version of this experience. Even if much of it wasn't planned, I'm glad that I did. Coming back this year reminded me of something important. Every stage of life is going to feel a little bit different. People move on, roles change, what felt certain becomes uncertain again. But the same principle still applies. We don't wait to find where we belong. We create it. And that's what makes this moment meaningful, and every moment. As we leave here today, the idea of an extraordinary future can feel big, maybe even overwhelming. But if our time here has shown us anything, it's that the future isn't something that just happens to us. It's something that we shape, the same way we shaped our past. Through the people we decide to sit next to and strike up a conversation with, to the people whose paths paved the way for our own. Through the leaps we take, no matter how small or how unexpected. So whatever comes next, whether it's certain or completely unknown, I hope we carry that with us. Because change is not just inevitable, it's needed. I'm sure things look a lot different here today than many of our honored alumni when they came, not just because we're indoors, but that change needs to continue. Both as individuals and in the real world, we need to change. And this institution is going to have to keep changing in order to stay relevant and stay on the map. To today's graduates, be proud of how far you've come, but don't forget where you came from either. Never forget the journey you had at this little place, because we're not stepping into our future empty-handed. We're carrying everything that we already built. And if our past is any indication, that's more than enough to make what comes next, extraordinary. Congratulations, class 2026.
Will the members of the graduate class please rise? President Folse, it is my pleasure to present to you the members of the Ripon College graduate class of 2026, who by vote of the faculty have completed the course of study for the Master of Science degree in Exercise Science.
By the action of the faculty, the Board of Trustees concurring, and by the virtue of the authority vested in me, I confer upon you the degree Master of Science in Exercise Science. It's too important to do with only half voice. I confer upon you the degree of Master of Science in Exercise Science with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Graduates will be hooded by Drs. Brittany Followay, Associate Professor of Exercise Science and Chair of the Department, Graduate and Program Director, Dr. Jonathan Sarang, Assistant Professor of Exercise Science, and Kelly Faust, Assistant Professor of Exercise Science. Will you please join us on the stage?
Maxwell Lawrence Bailey. Logan Cooper. Sophie Elizabeth Zerwanka. Tyler Dungera. Xavier Christian Getzinger. Trent Kazlauskas. Kelly Alexis Klein. Todd Edward Nunn. Benjamin Michael Rolfe. Connor Robert Ramage. Clay William Richard. Mason Robert Shanky. Nathan Donald Sigg. Jeremy Donnell Timmons. Emma Marie Zubel.
Ripon College has shaped you, graduates, in so many countless ways. Some you recognize, others will reveal themselves over time. That is the enduring power of this place and of a Ripon College education. Long after today, you will carry with you the habits of curiosity, resilience, service, and thoughtful leadership. Those things that have defined you and generations of graduates before you. But Ripon College is nothing without the people who surround you, your peers, faculty, staff, coaches, mentors, families, and friends. They've challenged you, supported you, celebrated you, and believed in you. Those relationships and the values formed by them will continue to guide you well after you leave this campus. While I know you will miss Ripon College, trust that we at Ripon College will miss you too. We will miss the energy you bring to classrooms, stages, athletic fields, residence halls, laboratories, student organizations, and even the top of the prairie. You have contributed to the story of this institution in ways both visible and lasting, and for that, we are truly grateful. As you leave this campus, remember you do so as part of something much larger than yourself. You join generations of Ripon College alumni who have carried the values of this institution into their professions, into their families, their communities, and into the world. Class of 2026, you are part of an exemplary past, but it is now you turn to help shape an extraordinary future. We are so proud of who you have become, inspired by what you have accomplished, and excited for all that lies ahead. Your class will always have a special place in my heart because we began our Ripon College journey at the same time. We may continue to disagree about my decision to not cancel class on a bitterly cold Friday, but I trust we're united in my decision today to hold our ceremony indoors. Thank you all for joining us today. We'll ask our guests to remain in their seats until graduate faculty and the platform party have recessed. At this time, I ask you to please rise and join us of the singing of the Alma Mater, led by seniors who will make their way to the stage: Rory Beatty, Christian Grunert, Ayana Jorgensen, Kinsley Call, Alec Marsikevich, Alec, I butchered that, Kavik, Sid McNatt, Carly Steffel, and Haley Young, under the direction of Paul Thompson, with accompaniment by our brass quartet, adjunct professors of music, Jessica Jensen and Paul Dietrich on trumpet, Professor Emeritus of Music, Kurt Dietrich, and David Dunning on trombone. At the end of the Alma Mater, it will conclude commencement exercises of Ripon College. Congratulations, class of 2026. This concludes our exercises for our 175th year.
Thank you.